Have you ever finished a full day of meeting and thought, wait, what actually did I do? Your calendar was packed. You were responsive. You were across everything. And yet by 5:30, nothing moved forward. The document didn't write itself, the strategy didn't get reviewed, and the heart thinking, well, that just didn't happen. If that feeling is familiar, the busyness without the progress, well, this video is for you. Because I'm going to show you the exact system I use to reclaim 8 hours of uninterrupted focus time every single week. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Teresa, a leadership and a career coach based in Melbourne, Australia. And this channel is all about helping you do great work and make sure it gets seen. Because effort alone isn't enough. You need clarity, influence, and confidence. And if that sounds useful, make sure to subscribe to this channel for practical strategies you can use at work. So here's the thing that nobody says out loud in a workplace. Being busy has become a proxy for being valuable. Now, the person who replies at 7 a.m., the person who attends every meeting, the person who's always across everything, always available, always on, that person looks like a high performer. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Availability is not the same as impact. Now, in fact, for most knowledge workers, and especially for product leaders, the work that actually creates value requires one thing availability destroys: sustainable, uninterrupted thinking. Now, strategy, problem framing, decision-making, influence, these don't happen in 5-minute gap between meetings. They happen in deep blocks of concentrated focus. So if you've been treating focus time as a luxury, something that you earn after you finish the reactive work, I want you to reframe that entirely. Focus time is not a reward, it is infrastructure. Now, just like product team needs a clear roadmap to build the right things, you need protected thinking time to lead effectively. Without it, you're not leading, you're just responding. Here's tip number 1, the availability trap. Now, let me tell you why this is so hard to fix. It's not a calendar problem, it's a cultural problem. Now, most organizations, especially fast-moving, high-growth ones, have a hidden status signal. And that signal is the more available you are, the more committed you appear. So quick replies, joining every stand-up, being on the call even when you're not presenting, staying across Slack in real time, these behaviors get rewarded, sometimes explicitly, sometimes just through the subtle social feedback of feeling useful. And so over time, you start to optimize for availability, not because you decided to, but because the system rewarded it. I see this most clearly with senior individual contributors and early stage product managers. They built their whole reputation being reliable and responsive, and that reputation is real and valuable up to a certain point. Now, the problem is that the same behavior that got them recognized in the early stages actively prevent them from growing into the next level. Because leadership doesn't scale through availability. It scales through clarity, direction, and judgment. And those require time to develop. So here's what I want you to notice. The cost of availability trap isn't just tiredness, it's the quality of your thinking. Here's a number that you should stop in your tracks. It takes an average of 23 minutes and 15 seconds to refocus after a single interruption. Now that alone is reason to protect your deep work fiercely. Now, think about how many interruptions fill a typical workday. The Slack ping, the quick questions, the meeting that ran over, and you start to understand why deep work feels impossible. It's not a discipline problem, it's a maths problem. So when you're in back-to-back meetings all day, your brain never fully loads a complex problem. It schemes it, it reacts, it manages it, but it doesn't go deep. And that work that moves your career forward, the work that earns you trust and influence and recognition, that work requires depth. So the first step isn't the tactical, it's a belief shift. You are not paid to be available. You are paid to produce outcomes, and that outcomes require focus. Next is a meeting audit. Once you've made that shift, you can start to look into your calendar a little bit differently. Now, most people look at a packed calendar and feel defeated. I want you to scan it like a detective. Not looking for meetings to avoid, but looking for meetings that are misaligned with your actual value. So here's a filter that I use, and I call it, should I attend the rule? And it has 3 questions. The first one is really, am I a decision maker or am I needed to unblock a decision? Number 2 is, am I presenting, facilitating, or driving a specific outcome here? And third, do I bring unique context that generally can't be replaced? Now, if the answer to all these 3 questions are no, well, I actually don't automatically attend any of these meetings. Now, I know what you're thinking, but you'll lose the visibility, you'll be out of the loop. Well, that's a real concern that I'm going to solve it in the next insight. But first, let's talk about delegation. Because here's the thing that most people don't realize. You can delegate attendance without delegating responsibilities. If a meeting is primarily informal, an update, a review, a status sync, someone on your team can attend. They can take notes, they can flag decisions that needs you, and they surface risk and actions. You stay accountable, you stay informed, but you get your time back. Now, I've worked with product leaders once who had 15 recurring meetings every fortnight. 15. When we did an audit together, she identified 9 out of them were actually, she wasn't really contributing. She was just listening and occasionally nodding. Not leading, not deciding, just being present as a signal of that she cares. We delegated 5 out of the 9 to her senior product manager. And within 3 weeks, she reclaimed 6 hours of her time back per fortnight. And her senior product manager got the growth and visibility they were asking for. 2 problems solved with 1 shift. Now, the meeting audit isn't about caring less. It's about being honest about where your presence generally creates value and where it just fills a seat. So if you're not in every meeting, how do you stay informed? Well, you build what I call a signal system. Now, the goal is to replace meeting volumes with intentional visibility. You want to know what's happening, just not in real time all the time. So here's what it looks like in practice. So you might have a weekly 1-page update from your team that surfaces decisions, risk, and blockers. A dashboard you check twice a day rather than monitoring Slack all day. A short sync stand-up, written or even recorded, instead of a daily live check-in. And 1 consolidated 30-minute decision review each week instead of 5 scattered syncs. Now, the principle here is simple. You want signals, not noise. And look, most meeting-heavy calendars, well, they optimize for noise. Now, here's the part people skipped when they try to reclaim focus time. It's not enough to just free up time. You have to protect the right time. Because not all focus time is equal. 2 concentrated hours when your brain is fired up at full capacity are worth more than 5 distracted hours when you're already kind of depleted. So here's what I want you to ask yourself. Ask yourself, when do I reliably think most clearly? For some people, it's early in the mornings before the world starts. For others, in the mid-morning afternoon after their first coffee or the school run with the kids. For some, it's after lunch when the energy comes back. There's no universal right answer. But what matters is that you know yours and you protect it. My target is simple: 8 hours of focus time per week, not 8 hours per day. So just try this. Either 2 blocks of 4 hours or 4 blocks of 2 hours. That's it. 8 hours. Enough to create real momentum. Realistically, enough that you can actually defend it. And specific enough that you can block it out in your own calendar right now. So here's the transformation that actually happens when you put this system in place. You stop ending the day wondering what you actually did. You have blocks of time where the hard, meaningful work gets done. You stop being inside the day to day and start getting ahead of it. But more than that, and this is part that surprised me the most, you become more present when you are in meetings. Because you're not burnt out, you're not resentful, you choose to be there and you can bring your full attention. Now, the goal was never to do less. The goal was to do the right things, the things that only you can do at the highest level you're capable of. If you look at your calendar right now, how many meetings are you attending out of genuine necessity? And how many are you attending out of habit, fear of missing out, or a quiet belief that being present proves your value? That's where your focus time is hiding. Start there. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to this channel or add some of the comments around your tricks around getting more focus time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.